What is up, everybody? My name is XrayCosmo, and welcome back to another Overwatch video. So once again, I am doing another tier list. I recently did a hero one. I'm going to make that pop up in the top right if you want to watch that right now after this video. You guys really liked that video, so that's why I'm making this one. I might make this into like a tier list series, so let me know if you guys want that. So let's get to it. But a lot of you watch my videos and aren't subscribed, so before I start, if you like my videos, subscribe. It's free. That would mean the world to me. Thank you, and let's get started. And also, another thing before we get started, thank you guys so much for 2,000 subscribers. It really means so much to me, and I'm always happy that you guys are always supporting and liking the videos. Thank you so much for watching. So if you guys don't know what a tier list is, which I'm sure most of you do already, but if you don't, there are all these sections that we can rank all these maps into. So we have always fun most of the time, okay, but sometimes can be terrible, not fun most of the time, and complete trash can should be removed from the game, and lastly, no opinion. Now, these are my opinions, so please don't get mad at me if you guys think a map is better. Let me know what you guys think of all my decisions in the comments below. I really don't even need to say that because you guys probably will let me know very aggressively as well. So I'm done wasting time here, and let's get started with this. So we're gonna do this in order, just from top to bottom. So we're gonna start off with Hanamura. Now, Hanamura is 2CP. A lot of people hate 2CP a lot, but I do think it is fun sometimes, so I'm gonna put it in okay, but sometimes can be terrible, because that map can be very miserable sometimes. Dorado. Now, we got a payload map. Honestly, like, Dorado is just, I don't think it's fun most of the time. Like, I don't like the map really, like, a lot. I know a lot of people do like Dorado. It's just never been one of my favorite maps. Alright, next up here we have Hollywood. Now, Hollywood, it's a tricky one. It's like Hanamura. It is a hybrid map, and I don't think it's fun most of the time. I do think it's okay, but sometimes can be really, really terrible just because of that first point if you get, like, held. Yeah, I think that's a perfect spot for it. Eagle Point, Antarctica. Now, I really don't have an opinion on this because it's not, like, I don't consider this, like, a real map, so I'm just going to put this in no opinion. Also, along with this, it's like a capture the flag 3v3 map. I'm just going to also put this in no opinion. I don't think it really matters. No one really has an opinion on any of these maps. Alright, next up we got Blizzard World. So I actually think Blizzard World is a great map, one of the best maps that Blizzard has added like post-launch. So I'm gonna put it in fun most of the time. I really do like this map. It is one of my favorites. I think the scenery is great, the lore of the map is great, all the skins we got, I know it doesn't matter in this, but the skins we got with that map were amazing. So I'm gonna put this in fun most of the time because I do think it is better than all these three maps. Junkertown, Junkertown, Junkertown. Now, where do we put this? Honestly, like, none of these really fit Junkertown, so, like, to be honest, I just gotta do this real quick. I think this is really the best option, is to just put Junkertown in its own thing, because there's nothing about Junkertown. I have no opinion. Well, it shouldn't, it's just Junkertown is just, it's just Junkertown, like, there's nothing good about it, there's nothing bad about it, like, it's, I really can't choose for this one. Next up, we have a really controversial map. We got Horizon. Now, I know most of the Overwatch community despises this map. They hate this map, they think it should be removed. I think it's okay, but really can just be terrible sometimes, along with these two. I don't have anything else to say. A lot of people hate this map. I love this map. Like, I love the concept of it. I just think it's so great. Yeah, it could be terrible for the defenders or the attackers. Really, it could go either way. It's not one of those one-sided maps. I don't think it's balanced, but it still is a good map in my opinion. I know I'm gonna get shit for this one in the comments. Just leave me alone and let me like my Winston lore. Now, one of my favorite maps in the game, we have King's Row here. I think this map is always fun. This is a great map. The scenery is great. The playability of lots of characters are great on this map. It's not terrible for either side, so I really just think this is a god tier map. Like, I think this is probably one of the best maps in the entire game. Lijiang Tower. Now, I don't really know where to put any of this because it's like not terrible like a lot of the time, but like it is like an okay map. Like, I think the playability is really good on this map. The only really one I don't like out of the three maps on this one is really just the inside one. I think that's the only one where it could really get like miserable while playing, but I'm gonna put it in fun most of the time. I think it deserves to be up here with Blizzard World. Maybe not King's Row level, but I don't think it's as bad as any of these. Noombani. Now, honestly, this is a pretty easy one for me. I think it could be okay sometimes, but really could be terrible at other times. So I'm gonna put it with all of these. I think it's actually really level with all of these maps. And like, I'm a big fan of hybrid maps. We got Eichenwald coming up next, but like, I really just think this perfectly describes Noombani, okay? But sometimes terrible. Like, that is Noombani in a nutshell. Alright, next, as I said, we got Eichenwald. Eichenwald is another one. I think it's a perfect map. It's a great map. I always have fun playing on this map, even if I lose, honestly. Like, this map is just amazing. It's better than all of these maps. It's the lore behind the map is great. The scenery on the map is great. The choke isn't too bad, and it's really even on both sides. So I think this deserves always fun. Alright, we got another 3v3 map. I'm just going to put this in no opinion because it's Castillo. Who no one ever says Castillo is my least favorite or favorite map. Oasis, okay. Oasis is like, it's not fun most of the time. And I know a lot of people are gonna hate on that. But the high ground on this map is probably the most annoying thing ever. And that's coming from a hitscan player. I hate the high ground on this map. You either roll or get rolled on this map, and I hate maps like that. I really don't think this is a great map. I hate this map so much. I don't think it's a complete trash can and should be removed. That is definitely reserved for some other maps we got here, but I don't think it is okay sometimes. It's really just not fun most of the time. Alright, we got another 3v3 map. Let's just drop this in no opinion over here. And next, we have Forbidden Paris. Now, I'm sure most of you can guess where I'm going to put Paris. This is, okay. So we may have conflicting opinions on these maps up here, but we can all agree that Paris is probably the worst map that has ever been in this entire game. Like, it is really just the most terrible map on the planet. Me and all my homies, we hate Paris. This map is absolute dog shit. I know I like to keep it family friendly here, but this map is really terrible. The high ground on the first point is the most atrocious thing to get through. And don't even get me started on the second point with how the defenders can just trickle in for literally 5 minutes. Like, this map is probably the worst map Blizzard has ever added. And I already know it's gonna be the worst one out of all of these maps because I can see all of them, obviously. This map is probably everyone's least favorite map in the entire game. Alright, next up we have Necropolis. Once again, it's another one of those arcade mode maps. It's a cool map. I don't think anyone cares. Like, I honestly, like, I love some of these maps. Like, I love Eco Point Antarctica, but it just doesn't compare to any of these maps. And honestly, like, I can put Junkertown above this one because these maps really have nothing to do with any of these other maps. That's why I'm just really putting them all in no opinion. So next up we have Rialto. Now, I've never seen a lot of hate for Rialto, and I don't have a lot of hate for Rialto, but I don't think it's perfect, but I do think it is fun most of the time. Now, this map, it has a good amount of high ground for the defenders, but other than that, it's really not catered towards one side, and I think that's why I like it. You can play pretty much any hero. It's not catered towards any heroes as well, so it's really just a great map. There's not much more to say. Route 66. Now, this is really a tricky one because I want to put it in okay, but can sometimes be terrible because it really can be like a terrible experience. But I think I might have to bump it up to fun most of the time. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. I do like this map. I love the lore of this map. Being a McCree main, this map is pretty cool to me because it adds all my characters' lore. So I'm going to put it in fun most of the time. Alright, now I know I'm about to cause some very, very controversial opinions with this next one. We have another 2CP map, which is Anubis. Now, I'm about to get so much hate for this one, but I personally love Anubis. I get excited when I get Anubis. It's honestly one of my favorite maps in the entire game. I don't think it's really, I mean, yeah, the second point is obviously catered toward defenders, but that's most 2CP maps. I know I'm gonna get so much shit for this one in the comment. This is probably gonna be the most hate I'm gonna get out of all the map placements. It's probably gonna be me putting Anubis at Always Fun because I just have a great time on this map. Like, I don't know what it is. I used to hate 2CP a lot, but as I've grown as an Overwatch player, I really don't hate it as much, and this has turned from one of my least favorite maps to one of my favorite maps in the entire game. So that is why I'm putting it at Always Fun. Next up, we have Volskaya. Now, I'm pretty sure everyone has the same kind of neutral opinion on this one. I'm gonna put it in okay, but can sometimes be terrible. The elevator fix has really helped a lot on this map. If you guys know about the elevator update, now you can just like step on it and it goes up by itself. That really helps a lot with the second point, with the attackers getting high ground quickly and even the defenders being able to get out fast. But I think this map is pretty balanced, but it can be like one of those roll or get rolled maps. So that's why I'm not putting it in fun most of the time. Other than that, I really don't think it's a terrible map. It's fun to defend, it's fun to attack. So I have no problem with it. Alright, so next up we have Busan. Now, I haven't actually seen a lot of people have their opinions on Busan. Even when it came out, a lot of people were very like neutral with it. But personally, I think it is very catered towards certain heroes. Like for example, on the, I'm not sure what they're called. It's the outside map that's not temple. I'm pretty sure it's called like city or neighborhood or something. And it's very catered towards like hit scan. The high ground can get annoying on that map. It's just, I've never thought it was the greatest, so I'm just gonna put it in not fun most of the time. I really don't know a lot of people's opinions on this, so I can't really predict on what the comments are gonna be on this one. But other than that, I mean, it's an okay map. I don't think it's better than any of these, so I think it's very deserving of its spot here. Gibraltar is another one of those maps that can be okay, but fun most of the time, so I'm gonna put it in here. Actually, you know what? I'll give Gibraltar benefit of the doubt and say it's fun most of the time because I think it is a very good map. It can be annoying with hit scan on the second section of it, but other than that, I really just think it's even on both sides, as I've said for a lot of these maps. That really is the deciding factor of whether the map is good, is if one side has another bigger advantage over another. But other than that, I think it's a great map. The lore for it is great, and the high ground can get annoying on this sometimes, but like it's really not that big of a problem if you're running like dive or something. This is a very divey map, and I think that's the only thing that stops it from being always fun, is that you can't really run any comp on it. But other than that, it's a cool map, fun to play on, and I'll give it the benefit of doubt and put it and leave it in fun most of the time. Now the next map, I'm pretty sure this is called Black Forest, I'm not really sure, is another arcade map. Just gonna leave it in no opinion down there. Now, after that, we have Nepal. Nepal, I think this is a good map. Like, I don't get like mad on this map, but there's nothing really stopping it from being not perfect. So I'm gonna have to put this as an S tier map. It's really, I've never really had like an issue with it. It's not really a roll or get rolled map. It's a great map. It's obviously control, so it can't be catered to more one side. So I'm gonna leave it an S tier. I don't think anyone's gonna have an issue with that. I've never really seen a lot of Nepal haters. Next is another arcade map, gonna leave that down there. Maybe I'll do those at the end by just like how I like the looks of them. But last but not least, we have Ilios. Now, Ilios, I love this map personally. Like, I think this is a great map. I don't think it's one of those roll or get rolled maps, as I said before. So I also love the scenery on this map. This map is just absolutely beautiful. So I have fun most of the time. Yeah, the hole can get annoying sometimes, but your team is also doing the same thing that team is doing when pulling people into the hole. So I don't think that it's that much of an issue. So I'm gonna leave it in always fun. And I think it's really deserving of that spot, to be honest. I don't think it could go anywhere else. It's never really like every map, if we're being honest here, every map could be not fun. Like, obviously if you're losing, you're not going to have as much fun as if you were winning. But for like playability factor, I think this is a great map. There's nothing really wrong with it, so I'm going to leave it up top. I think I did pretty good with this one. Everything's pretty balanced out, but I'm gonna end it off with doing these last maps just by how I like the looks. So I love this map. I love like winter maps. So I'm gonna put this for looks in always fun. I think it's a great map. This map, I've never been a fan of the looks. I think it's like terrible. So I'm gonna put it down there. It's not like a pretty map at all. Castillo, another great looking map. So I'm gonna put it up there. This map isn't like crazy cool looking, but it's not personally ugly, so I'm gonna put it in second. I think it's deserving of that spot. Now, Necropolis. This is an odd one because I think it's an okay map. I don't think it's like too like crazy cool looking, but it's not as bad as something like I keep forgetting the name, but it's the Capture the Flag map. It's not as bad as that one, so I'm just gonna leave it there. Black Forest, once again, like, it's whatever, it's okay. And last but not least, Widow's House, we got, I'm just gonna put this one here. I love the lore for this map. I think that's really what makes it for me. I think it's also like, it's a pretty good looking map. So other than that, I don't think it deserves any lower of what it's getting. Do you guys like my final tier list? Let me know in the comments below. I already know there's going to be so many problems that people are going to have with some of these placements on this tier list, just because I think the biggest one out of all of them is definitely going to be Anubis putting in Always Fun, because a lot of people absolutely just despise all 2CP maps just because they're 2CP. But we have no racism towards 2CP maps here. I think some of them are good. Not all of the 2CP maps are bad. I think I can leave it in Always Fun without getting crap for it. Let me know in the comments below again if you guys like this. If you guys enjoyed the video, please drop a like. It helps the channel out a lot. And if you want more gaming content and news, then hit that subscribe button and that bell so you can see all my videos when they first come out. Also, if you want a shout out at the end of the video, leave a comment and you can get picked for that. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.